Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading about a little bit of envy in a love situation. So it kind of looks to me like we have somebody that is looking at another person's romantic, like their love interest, and thinking what they could do to potentially like take that from them. It's not coming across as like jealousy in the sense of I just don't want you to be with anyone. It's more so I want to be with that person that you're interested in. So it's like competition. So this is the Gilded Reverie Lenormand, and we have the ring and the mountain. And then we also have the bridge and the mice. The mice indicate like some sort of loss. So I feel like the bridge is saying loss through somebody that you are close to. So yeah, we have some jealousy here, and it pertains to, I think, kind of a blossoming love situation. I don't think this is too elevated. Like I don't know that you would be living together or engaged or anything like that. It feels more like this is like a new development in your life. Hi there, healing frequencies. How we doing? Hello, Peggy. How are you? Let's call in spirit with a little bit of enchanting. All right. I think the truth is would be a good place to start. So I will grab that deck. And also, I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're enjoying the weekend if you are watching this the day that I posted. It's been kind of rainy here, but I like it because it's like sweatshirt weather and we haven't had that in a while. All right. We have I love me, self-worth. You are not being valued in this connection. Consider moving on. And then we have destined. This relationship is meant to be. And hazy vision. Things are not being seen clearly. So I do feel like part of what draws people to this individual, whoever I'm reading for, that has a couple of people interested in them that are perhaps friends or siblings, coworkers, is this idea of self-worth, right? There's something very confident and bold about this individual that has a magnetism. And I think whoever you are, you would probably be trying to avoid being like overly cocky, but you do feel like, crushes happen. We have destined. This relationship is meant to be, but also hazy vision. Things are not being seen clearly. Oh, this makes me feel weird. Okay. Yeah, I think this is I think the word would be analogous to the How I Met Your Mother storyline. I feel like I'm gonna like piss people off if I refer to this, so hopefully I can do this in a way that doesn't ruin the show for anyone who hasn't watched it. But sometimes you meet a person when you are originally or at the outset being pursued by or pursuing one of their friends or acquaintances. So I feel like there is an initial attraction here that's kind of like medium, not super enthralling, but you'll give it a chance. And then through that person, you meet another individual and you're like, oh, now what do I do? Because like there's a different level of connection here, or there is some sort of chemistry that is lacking with that other individual. It could be as simple as you're more attracted to that person's personality, their actual physicality, but it does feel like it's kind of a comprehensive difference, which means, at least to me, that it's not just like a single attribute that really draws you to this person. It's more of like there are things that you align on several different levels with this person. Hi there, Tiana. How are you doing? Hello, Zanab. How are you? And that makes it more difficult to deal with the situation because it's not as readily dismissed, right? So this hazy vision for me feels like Well, even just like the illustration here is kind of like when you wake up and maybe you're like super thirsty. Maybe you don't necessarily, for those of you that drink, maybe you don't necessarily remember everything that happened the night before. Whatever it is, there's some sort of like, I've got to figure this out and I haven't really figured it out yet. So let's see if we can address some of those question marks for you, shall we? This is the Morgan Greer. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. King of Swords. Stop. And the King of Rods. I cannot even. Yeah, so what does the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse symbolize here? The answer would be disloyalty. So the King and Queen of Pentacles would, in most people's eyes, be the like really strong example in the tarot of people that are reliable, people that are loyal, people that are honest. You can be in a significant relationship with those types of individuals and have some level of trust that is long, like standing, right? But we've got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, indicating that we don't have that kind of trust here. And we have two kings. So don't get too wrapped up in the gender. Of course, these could be not men, right? But we do have two individuals. And I don't think they necessarily see eye to eye all of the time, but they do have some sort of connection here. They could be brothers, they could be coworkers. Like I said, there's some sort of relationship there. They could be best friends, but they're looking in the same direction. Their attention is caught by somebody in particular. And I think more than one person sees a little bit of a collision being inevitable, right? I feel like there are some question marks along the lines of, do I just like remove myself completely from the situation? Do I pursue what it is that I want? Do I risk, pissing off my friend or alienating someone? There's, I think, some processing going on right now and expectation that something might get a little bit uncomfortable. The Seven of Wands is like somebody who's being defensive, somebody who feels like, hey, I staked a claim, so you don't get to make one. I think there's a little bit of like, even beyond the jealousy level, probably a little bit of like possessiveness in one or both of these kings. And just to get a little bit more specific with the kings, the King of Swords is generally associated with somebody of high intellect, somebody that is quite honest. Generally, I would say this is somebody that has no problem speaking up, so they would probably be a more vocal participant in conversation or social gatherings. And then this person can also be a little bit more logical and maybe a little bit less emotional, and could be associated with Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. And then we have the King of Rods or King of Wands, which would be associated with fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And as far as the attributes for the King of Wands, I would say this is somebody who is generally quite attractive. This is somebody that goes after what they want. This is somebody that can be even a little bit argumentative or perhaps a little bit passionate. They could be an artist, whereas the King of Swords might be more likely to be like in law enforcement or the judicial system, if I can say it. Then we have Judgment in the reverse. Somebody made a bad call here. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know what I have in my eyeball, but it's driving me crazy. Or they're about to make a bad decision. And this leads to the situation where people are kind of like not sure how to move forward because there's more than one cook in the kitchen. We have the Empress in the reverse. Yeah, so Empress in the reverse, to clarify, our Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, which if you recall is like disloyalty, dishonesty. This is adding on to that some level of emotional manipulation or some sort of like, I'm going to go with negative intent. That's what I'm feeling the most. Somebody who does something knowing that they probably shouldn't. There's a temptation here, right? Like maybe I should let you two hang out and I'll go this way. Or maybe I shouldn't flirt, but I'm going to anyways. Maybe I shouldn't, like there's something here that someone can't help themselves but to do. And that creates this situation. We have the Six of Wands in the reverse and the Four of Cups in the reverse. And these are our clarifiers for the two kings. So I'm taking it as this clarifying the King of Swords individual and the Four of Cups in the reverse, clarifying our King of Cups. I'm sorry, King of Rods. So Six of Wands in the reverse is a lack of success, failure. It can also be like cockiness, a willingness to believe that you're going to be successful in a situation, even when others might be more likely to say, hey, you know what? That might not actually work out for me. Maybe I shouldn't do that. And I'm taking it to be mostly that last one. Somebody does something here that's a little bit over the line, and they should have known that it was over the line, but they don't necessarily take those clues or act on that good judgment call, right? They go the other way. And this is kind of coming across to me as a little bit of karma for the King of Swords for being a bit proud or a bit cocky in this situation. And then we have the Four of Cups in the reverse, which is telling me that we have like interest being piqued in this King of Wands or King of Rods. So this is like somebody, I don't know, coming back around to a restaurant they gave a bad review to and having a good experience and being like, oh, you know what? Like, I didn't know you were that good. I didn't know you were that awesome. But it's about this love interest. So it's like, um, there's a glitch here in this King of Swords plan that involves this third party having another experience with this love interest or another conversation, a run-in, whatever it is. And then we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse or Ace of Rods, which indicates kind of like a false start. Like now, I'm going to use a sport example, even though I'm not huge on sports. I love baseball. Yeah, anyways, it's like a false start, right? In football, if you don't wait until the whistle, you're gonna fuck shit up for your team. This dude didn't wait for the whistle, didn't like follow the rules, or did something that he should have kind of reconsidered, right? Again, don't focus too much on the gender. This could be anyone. This is just energy I'm reading. But this person didn't really listen to their gut. And as a result, there's some sort of, this Four of Swords in the reverse is coming across to me as like a nagging feeling, like a shit, why did I do that? Ooh, I'm going to regret that later. That kind of energy. Yes. Hi there, Shaner. How are you doing? I don't know. I feel like there might be a better place for you. So we have somebody that's defensive, and in part it's because they did know better and they feel like it's like an itch that you can't fully scratch. Like, I can't really fix this. I don't know how to deal with this. I can't just like put a band-aid on it and expect things to get better. Four of Wands. Somebody's a little too focused on attaining something in particular. I don't normally see the Four of Wands this way, but the Four of Wands can mean a milestone, right? Something that you achieve, like a promotion or getting engaged, right? Like something that you would write home about. um, I feel like somebody set out to do something, got a little bit off track, felt like they needed to overcorrect, and they overcorrected. Like, this is like, you did too much. Trying to think of a good example. But really, what I should just say is this is somebody who felt like they could force a situation to happen faster. Like, I know you told me that you're too busy, you're working today, so I can't call you until tomorrow, but I really want to hear your voice, so I call you anyways, and that like irritates you, like the other person, right? There's something here that this person was just like, I'm so focused on what I want that I'm disregarding what I already know to be a bad idea, right? Thank you, Tiana. Hello there, not your business. How are you doing? We're gonna move forward with the let's get a few from the signs of the times. Ooh. Yeah, and then I know what I do next. Okay, so whoever I'm reading for, the individual that is admired by these two kings and has some good self-worth, this is somebody that like you've learned how to heal and remained dedicated to or committed to pursuing that like healed state, right? And this brings a lot of things into your life. That commitment to doing right by yourself is really good for you in a number of ways. And that's part of why there are a couple of fish in the sea right now for you, right? There's a couple of different interested parties. And I do believe it goes beyond these kings as well, but this is the main focus for today. I feel like this King of Swords individual had a little bit of a fuck it attitude. So we're going to pull a couple cards from here. Uh-oh. Yep, that sounds rough. This deck is just amazing. It's so funny. Ah, yes. Okay, we'll go in order, but I feel validated, so I'm excited. We have, they are proof that you can polish a turd. Look at that shine, that little sparkle. Okay, so what flashed into my mind was like somebody dressed in a suit that doesn't really fit them quite, like aesthetically, or like someone's trying too hard, right? Or somebody that messes with their hair in a weird way. Like this is somebody going above and beyond, like I really need to do something to like make sure that I get what I want here. So I'm going to make sure that the facade that I present to this person is like perfect, right? I'm going to, like, this person's going all out, basically. The King of Swords is going all out trying to get this individual interested in them. But we also have do it one step at a time. Remember what I said about the Four of Wands? This is somebody who's like rushing to get to something. And it's like, no, you need to chill, bro. Like, you're doing too much. It's like, all right. We're going to use the Tattoo Tarot and see what else we have for you. Page of Swords in the reverse, Two of Wands in the reverse. Well, in the same like vein as polishing a turd, we have somebody here that is trying to take information and squeeze it into some sort of like justification for their actions, when this Two of Wands in the reverse is just another way of saying what the Judgment in the reverse card said. Bad choice. Didn't plan that one very well, did you? Didn't really think about that before you did it, did you? You were just thinking about you. You weren't thinking about the situation. You didn't like use that self-awareness element, right? You just went right for it. Like, I'm trying to be delicate with the choice in my like words here, but there's that Four of Wands again. All right. I'm just going to say it, you guys. I feel like somebody is just really trying to get laid. Like, what can I do to get closer and closer and closer to that moment? And I don't normally see the Four of Wands that way, but I'm sorry. I do in this reading. They might actually have feelings, right? But this is somebody who is doing whatever they can to expedite getting to a certain point in a relationship. And it feels to me like, in particular, it's physical, but it could also be like for them an element of like claiming someone, right? I know what you're doing, Tiana. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, Three of Cups, and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So this card for me quite often yells about like codependency and an unwillingness to listen to your gut. So this could be that we have somebody that is a little bit too focused on things like being in a relationship, having a partner to like lean on. Quite frankly, this King of Swords energy doesn't have the same self-worth, right? They build a little bit too much of their self-worth on other people. Like, it's called self-worth for a reason. Why do you like yourself? Love yourself, right? But this person is a little bit too focused on like having a trophy wife or having eye candy on their arm, right? Like, there's something here about the physical element, the attractiveness of somebody being really a big part of their motivation here. We have the Three of Cups and the and the emotional manipulation, and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. There is somebody trying to like weasel out of a situation, but whatever happened in this setting where the three of these individuals were hanging out or ran into each other, there was something here that was off. It's like showing up to a wedding uninvited. Like I said, calling when somebody said that they weren't available. Going on a date and bringing a friend. Like, there's something's just off here, right? And then sparks fly between the other two people. Page of Cups, Ten of Wands, and the Hierophant. Page of Cups. This to me, it really symbolizes a sense of immaturity or a lack of wisdom. The pages are generally aligned with like youth, right? Somebody who has a little bit of naivete, even. And then we have the Ten of Wands and the Hierophant. This is, to me, symbolizing the end of somebody's potential opportunity to have an actual relationship here. And then look closely, you'll notice that there are two heads on this crow or raven or whatever it is. And it feels to me like this is, I was giving you an opportunity, but now I'm not, because we have like a raised beak and a lowered beak. It's kind of like, I'm giving you a chance. No. The scarab beetle is a reference to something that you hold dear. And this crow has like a pretty tight grasp on that beetle. And it feels to me like this is saying, I don't take it lightly when I invite somebody into my life, whether that's literally sexually, like I don't sleep on the first date or I don't sleep around, or if it's more like comprehensive, like I don't spend time with people, I don't pursue people, I don't entertain people, like I'm very intentional, right? There's something here with this self-worth indicating I don't mess around, okay? So like if you're rushing me, then it's going to be an issue. If you're discarding things that, you know, are important elements, then there's already some sort of like disrespect there, right? King of Wands in the reverse, Knight of Cups, and the Emperor in the reverse. This is somebody who is a little bit too a little bit too forward, a little bit too insistent, and a little too horny. Somebody that is coming across a little bit possessive or controlling, or like, I'm going to do what I want because I know what I want, because I'm very focused on this cup that I want to offer. But the cup is just a white space, which indicates to me that this is, I mean, sometimes the Knight of Cups, you guys, this is somebody who wants to make an offer, but there's nothing to back it up, right? We could be a little bit too emotional. We could be a little bit too horny, a little bit too motivated by lower vibe pursuits, right? So this person, you're going about it all wrong. Like it's just, it's giving, I want a one night stand, but I also have a crush on you and I don't know how to handle that. All right, we're going to use the OG, the Rider-Waite. King of Wands in the reverse again. So the King of Wands has come out every time we use the tarot. Yeah, we have somebody that is a little bit too insistent or a little bit too, I think, even cocky in terms of pursuing a relationship, but they don't realize that what they're up against is somebody that is focused on the prize, somebody that really wants a meaningful connection and isn't here to like play, right? So this Five of Cups in the reverse is coming out as, look, I get that you're horny. I get that you want certain things, but you're disregarding like my boundaries or the timeline that I told you would make sense for me. And all I want is somebody that I can like grow old with, or somebody that I can have a serious relationship with. And this Five of Cups in the reverse is kind of saying, I don't think I would regret if I passed on you, if I walked on this, because I don't think you're the right match, right? Like how you acted in this situation made it clear that you don't respect what I ask of you, which makes me feel like I have to just like, I don't know if I should take that one now. All right, if you're gonna come out, you're gonna come out again. You can't rush things, right? Some people go at a different pace. And I feel like we have somebody that was being pushy or clingy, and this Four of Pentacles would align with that. You can see how he's like clinging onto a pentacle. Nine of Cups, I want this so bad, I'm gonna Tommy Boy it, right? Like there's on some level some selfishness here, somebody wanting what they want and not necessarily having the patience to approach it the right way. It's like taking cookies out of the oven before the cookies are fully cooked because you can't wait to have something sweet. Like, bro, just wait. It's like 13 minutes, you know? And then the Two of Wands indicates a change in direction. Because you were clingy or possessive, because you couldn't respect the timeline I set, because you couldn't do X, Y, Z, now I'm pivoting. I'm going a different direction. Like I don't have interest. So we have the Fool in the reverse. Ace of Cups and the Two of Swords in the reverse. What an interesting sandwich. I just feel like this is, again, related to that self-worth card. I'm not a fool. I'm not ignorant of the little signs that I pick up or, you know, the intuitive message that I get. And as it pertains to love, I'm very decisive. I know what I want. I know what my boundaries are. I know that I don't want somebody who displays the kind of behavior that you displayed, right? So there's an ending here that may result in no contact. Probably some kind of argument or some words that are exchanged, not super positive words, probably along the lines of, well, that was dumb of you. You know, the world indicates the end of a cycle or the end of a chapter and moving forward. And I feel like the period on the end of the sentence is the Eight of Wands in the reverse, which can indicate no contact or no communication. All right, this is the Meta Muse. Nine of Wands, Three of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Ten of Swords in the reverse. Defending your boundaries, defending what's important to you, standing up for yourself in a situation where you feel like somebody wasn't working with you or somebody wasn't being respectful. This Three of Pentacles in the reverse often speaks of like disassociating from a group of people or from someone in particular. This is like, no, I don't think I want to do that with you. And then the Ten of Swords in the reverse. Sometimes I see this as recovery, but in this instance, I see this more as you did exactly what I asked you not to do. So therefore, I'm going to not ask you to do anything anymore, ever. Go over there. Like, you're dismissed. For those of you that have watched MTV as long as I have, I don't anymore, but you know that show Next? Yeah. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. We had that up here as well. Codependency. High Priestess in the reverse. Ignoring intuition, ignoring the signals, ignoring your gut feeling. And then the Tower in the reverse and Strength. A change in perspective. Kind of giving me a vibe of, I changed my mind about you. I thought you could handle this and you can't. And I'm going to stay firm in my boundaries or my beliefs. The line that I drew is a real line and you crossed it. So yeah, there's like some frustration here that somebody didn't have patience. All right, tell me more about this King of Wands. We have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. This person's going through something right now, and it will cause an obstacle. So I feel like there's going to be some time that passes, some significant amount of time that passes before there's a significant conversation that happens between this King of Rods in the reverse, and I'm sorry, in the upright, and the self-worth individual. Six of Cups in the reverse. There's some healing that needs to happen for this individual. They're still getting over, I think, another relationship, or they're getting over some sort of sense of betrayal from a family member. Yeah, so right now, I think they have probably more boundaries than you have, and they don't really appear to be looking for something substantial or something meaningful right now. But King of Swords, Queen of Swords, there's some sort of compatibility here that's been, I want to say, unlocked. Like, this person sees something very clearly, and I think you did too, in terms of some sort of like ability to get along. We have the Tower in the reverse and the Knight of Wands in the reverse, but this person might have some wild oats to sow first. I feel like this is somebody that's going to like come back to you in the future, but maybe with less close ties to the individual that introduced the two of you. We have the Hierophant again, this time as a yoga room, which is kind of cool. So you may do yoga or they may do yoga. Yeah, this is a great sign. This is saying this person is a little bit rough around the edges right now, but they're going to pursue some wisdom here. They're going to pursue some element of independence and sanity on their own. And then with the Ten of Cups, they're going to pursue some significant love relationship. And that could be with the self-worth person. But I do think there's going to be a little bit of time here. There's a little bit of a need for like a cool off period or some healing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the reading. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye guys.